Did you serve in Afghanistan?
Yes, I did.
How many tours?
One.
What year were you there? What years?
2002, 2003.
Wow. So you served right at the beginning.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
Tough. I don't like talking about my military experience. Not that we've said too much. I really don't like to divulge a lot of things about the military.
There's Jayar Majewski. He's a congressional candidate up there in Ohio, of course, a Republican. He's talking about his military background when he served in Afghanistan. He just doesn't want to talk about it. He just wants you to know he's a badass. Something doesn't seem right. Yeah, I'm a skeptic. Let's see if he can continue on, and maybe he can convince me that this isn't a lie.
There was a tough time in life. The military wasn't easy, but in retrospect, it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. And, I'd do it all over again. But, out of respect of many things, my answer to most people when they ask about my military service is, I served honorably, and I fought for this country for a lot of months over in the Middle East, and so did a lot of people that went with me. And, when I see all these things that are going on today, I mean, if I could put my BDUs back on, if I wasn't so chubby, I'd probably try to find a way to do it.
I'd slap that extra medium shirt back on and be right back out there. So he also, by the way, tweeted this at one point, just to solidify what he's letting everyone think. He says, "I'm a veteran of OEF. I'd gladly suit up and go back to Afghanistan tonight and give my best to save those Americans who were abandoned. Why isn't our president all in?" Of course, he's around the time when we pulled out of Afghanistan, so he'd go right back in if he could just do so. There was a bunch of rogue folks who went back in. Here's some reality from the AP. Republican Jayar Majewski presents himself as an Air Force combat veteran who deployed to Afghanistan after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, once describing tough conditions, including a lack of running water that forced him to go more than 40 days without a shower. This guy is amazing. Military documents obtained by the Associated Press through a public records request tell a different story, though. They indicate that Majewski never deployed to Afghanistan, but instead completed a 6-month stint helping to load planes at an airbase in Qatar, a longtime US ally that is a safe distance from the fighting. Now, by the way, pause. I understand he did serve. He did some for the country. He was assigned somewhere and he did his job. Thank you for your service. Just talk about what you did. That's all. It's okay. You served the country. You just didn't go to Afghanistan and starve yourself for 40 days and wallow through the mud. More, because rather than deploying to Afghanistan, as he claimed, the records state that Majewski was based in Kadena Air Base in Japan for much of his active duty service. He later deployed for 6 months to Qatar in May of 2002, where he helped load and unload those planes while serving as a quote passenger operations specialist. His account of his time in the military is just one aspect of his biography that is also suspect. His post-military career has been defined by exaggerations, conspiracy theories, talk of violent action against the US government, and occasional financial duress. So before you jump in here, Farron, I just wanna show this because they mentioned exaggerations, conspiracy theories, and violence against the US. Let's see CNN's quick little piece to maybe highlight some of those moments.
I didn't want to be a hype beast, but I've had it in my back pocket to say that every state that went red should secede from the United States. I don't think it sounds out there.
Let's go Brandon. They wanna make us woke and force us to get the vax. They think pictures with the Pope will get us to all relax. Not to poke fun at dementia, it's a serious disease.
Hey, Farron, you and I should do a rap duo or something.
If I had to pick somebody out of a lineup that hadn't showered in 40 days, it would 100% be that dude. Like you could look at him and be like, yeah, I could see you definitely not showering for a month and a half here. Look, I mean, this is a case of stolen valor. Yes, he did serve. He served honorably, but when you put yourself in situations that you were not actually in, but other people did, that's stolen valor. And this is something that, the rest of the Republican Party, that pro-troop party, the folks after 9/11 wrapping themselves up in a flag, claiming every day that liberals hated our troops, they should be the ones leading the charge saying this guy is not good. But they won't. There is no more, anybody in that party that is going to stand up and say, well, hold up. This guy's going against everything. They'll run with it. They'll go with it. If he somehow gets elected, he's going to be a part of their big club. They're going to love him. Everybody's going to forget about everything that happened, including the weird little rap videos. Maybe he can make some from Congress. But we're talking about a guy that was at the Capitol riot. He was at the Stop the Steal rally. This is what that party has fully become. They're all like that. And for him to have served in the military and then turn around, years later, call for secession, show up and claim that the election was stolen, he is going against the United States at this point. He has become exactly what he swore to protect the country from.
All so you can try and get into office, gain more power, gain more influence, and probably some more money too. It's you throw it all away, and these guys call themselves patriots.